Ty, aside from the economic shutdowns from COVID-19, this marks the first significant deficit the state is preparing for in about a decade. The governor says he will not touch most of the state's major programs, but he says some cuts will be needed to be made in order for California to have a balanced budget. In a presentation where he typically wears a suit and tie and talks about the state being flush with cash, Governor Gavin Newsom walked up in cargo pants and a zip-up to explain how he wants to fill a multi-billion-dollar budget hole.
We're in a very volatile moment, perhaps a moment, at least in my lifetime, that at least adulthood, I've never been in, and few of us have ever experienced.
The governor juggling a weather-related state of emergency while preparing for a potential economic downturn. The state's wealthiest taxpayers are not contributing as much as expected because of an underperforming stock market, soaring inflation, the war in Ukraine, and a series of other economic factors. Because of this, Newsom's administration bracing for a $22.5 billion budget gap.
We want to make this point up top. We're keeping our promises.
Newsom says for now, money for public schools, healthcare access, and response to wildfires, drought, floods, and homelessness are all safe. But his proposed cuts and spending delays will mostly impact the state's climate and transportation budgets, reducing hundreds of millions of dollars in spending that would have expanded the state's zero-emission vehicle programs while taking away funds for rail lines and public transportation.
The governor's in a tough spot.
Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener worried about a potential financial death spiral for public transportation.
Cutting investment in public transportation and cutting climate investments is very problematic. And so we're going to need to work closely with the governor to figure out how we can continue California's aggressive leadership in investing in climate solutions.
While the state now has a record $35.6 billion in its rainy day fund, Newsom says he's not ready to tap into that money yet.
We have a wait and see approach to this budget in terms of being cautious and being prepared.
Republican state lawmakers say they're encouraged Newsom is holding off on using the state's reserves, but want him to do more to boost the state's water systems and storage capability amid both drought and flood state of emergencies.
We've implored the governor to make it a priority, and the governor, again, is very good at making political headlines, but Californians are demanding real results.
And this is a question we've asked before. We're going to ask it again, though. How do we have this budget hole happening when the state had such a huge surplus last year, handing out all those middle-class tax refund checks?
Yeah, I mean, this was a moment that the governor and state lawmakers have been preparing for. Now, because of state spending laws, which limit how they can use those big surpluses, they agreed to do a lot of one-time spending to avoid overcommitting money they would not be able to provide in the long run. So those refunds are a part of that one-time program. Last year's big budget allowed them to deposit a chunk of money into the state's reserves, which for the moment will remain untouched. But again, this is just the first step in a 6-month-long process between him and lawmakers. So much can happen between now and June 30th when this is officially due.
So much pressure from both sides. So everybody wants what they want to keep funded, but, you know, cuts have to be made.
Absolutely.